Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Chantecaille's new The Lion collection. I am so excited for this. I'm going to be doing a full face of Chantecaille. Of course, I'll be using the products that are a part of this Lion collection. So we have a few things in this collection that are limited edition and a few new things that are going to be part of the regular line. So I wanted to show you all the products first, give you some swatches, because if that's the reason why you clicked on this video, let's just get right into that so we don't have to waste any time here. So the collection is composed of 2 new limited edition lip veils, 3 new limited edition luminescent eye shades. We've got 1 cheek shade, which is going to be part of their regular line, and then 1 new Luster Glide eyeliner, which is also going to be part of their regular line. So let's take a closer look at these luminescent eye shades. First, we have Narika. This is a matte golden beige shade. The packaging is so incredible. I love these luminescent eye shades. They are a baked gel powder formula, so they have this really gorgeous way of applying and they just sort of melt onto your skin. Really, really stunning. I love these luminescent eye shades. I've gone on and on about them in the past. The second shade here is, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing this, but Chantecaille. And this is described as a rose shimmering sand. So this is a shimmering luminescent eye shade versus Narika, which is a matte luminescent eye shade. And the mattes in the luminescent eye shades aren't very flat, matte, or dry or powdery looking. They have a really beautiful satin sort of finish to them. So I just wanted to point that out. But this Chantecaille shade, again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. This shimmering shade has a really beautiful, like, high shine finish to it with some shimmery bits in there. And then finally, we have Marty, which is a deep chocolate shade. And this, I would say, is, God, it's interesting because it's not exactly a shimmering shade because there are no glittery bits in here necessarily, but it has a little bit more shine than their matte shade. So I would say this is sort of like a high shine satin. A high shine satin. I just really appreciate that out of these 3 shades that Chantecaille has come out with for this collection, all 3 have a different finish. So really gorgeous, really beautiful, rich, neutral shades. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love, love, love the shade story, the color story for this particular collection. Let me show you the 2 new lip veils. So first we've got Rock Jasmine, and this is described as a tawny cinnamon brown. And then next we have Candelabra, and this is described as a rich blackberry. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I always try and figure out like which is my favorite lip formula from Chantecaille, and I usually kind of go between the lip veil and the lip chic, and I go back and forth. And I love the lip veil, I love the lip chic, I can't decide, but they both have such a nourishing feeling when you put them on. They never ever make my lips look dry or feel dry. At the end of the day, it feels like I've just been wearing a lip mask all day. The formula is really luxurious and really, really nourishing feeling. And then the pigmentation and the color payoff is really quite rich for such an emollient sort of formula. Usually formulas this emollient, they're sort of left for like a tinted balm or something like that. But they've managed to create this sort of really interesting hybrid between like a lip balm and a lipstick. And oh, they're just absolutely incredible. So I love, love, love the formula of these lip veils. And these shades are just, oh my gosh, like when I think about fall or like entering fall, this sort of transitional time, these are exactly the shades that I think of. Like these shades that start to look like maybe colors that we've been wearing all spring and summer, but a little bit more burnt, a little bit darker, a little bit toned down, not quite as bright, just really, really sultry and sophisticated. Next, we've got the cheek shade. And again, this is not limited edition. This is going to be part of their regular line. This is the Pride or the Lion shade. And this is described as a deep blue pink. And when I just simply look at this shade in the pan, that's how I would describe it. It is a deep blue pink, meaning it's a pink with a little bit of coolness in there. It isn't It doesn't lean too orangey or anything like that. But when I swatch it, it feels like there's a lot more going on there, and I can see why they developed this shade alongside the rest of this collection, because there is a little bit of warmth there, I want to say. It isn't just a really super cool toned pink, which would almost look a little bit lilac. This has that, it's almost like terracotta that's been cooled down. So yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of warmth there. Of course, once I get it onto my cheeks, I'll be able to tell you better. But from the swatch, that's what I feel like I'm picking up. And then this new Luster Glide eyeliner shade is so interesting. This is Garnet. It's an intense Bordeaux. And when I first took a look at this and first swatched it, I thought it was a lip liner. I was like, oh my God, this is a really beautiful lip liner. And it's actually a lip liner with a little bit of shimmer. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. Most lip liners are generally matte. Whatever, Michelle, it's an eyeliner. It's an eyeliner, which explains it all. But this is a really interesting shade to create as an eyeliner. We're definitely going to have to try this on. I'm always very, very skeptical about eyeliners that have any kind of red in there, because I always feel like it's going to make my eyes look like they're having an allergic reaction, or, you know, something like that, they're infected, something like that. But we're going to try it out. We're going to try it out. We're going to put it on and we're going to see how it looks. So like I mentioned, I'm going to put on a full face of Chantecaille, so I don't have anything on right now. And if you're wondering why my hair looks so frizzy, it's because I let it air dry, and then I was going to try and, you know, flat iron it or whatever. But I thought, you know what? This is the Lion collection. I'm just going to let my mane do its natural thing. So that's why it looks really frizzy. Did I take the Lion reference too far? Maybe a little bit. But let's go ahead and start with the Sheer Glow Gold Face Tint. Excuse me. I don't know why I feel like I'm losing my voice here. I love prepping my skin with these Sheer Glow face tints, and the gold one is my favorite. It's got such a light texture. Let me hold up my jar here. Can you see it kind of jiggle? So it's got this really great cooling gel pudding-like texture to it. And then the tint to it is very light. It's very subtle. So it gives my very dry, very dull, very tired complexion. It gives it this nice like pick-me-up. It gives it a pick-me-up. All right, I'm gonna use the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer that has an SPF 15. I have it in the shade Alabaster. I think this will work fine. I feel like no matter how much SPF I put on, how little time I spend outside, no matter what, by this time in the summer, I always get, you know, a little bit of a, I don't want to say tan, but I get a little bit of color in my face. But I think Alabaster should be fine. I'm going to use my Chantecaille Blend and Smooth brush. How is that shade? Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, a little bit of Biolifting Concealer in Alabaster. Just using my BK Beauty concealer brush, the A506 brush. I'm going to take this big powder brush from Chantecaille, go into their talc-free loose powder, and just tap this on just a little bit. Next, I'm going to take the Chantecaille Kabuki brush and go into the Real Bronze in Soleil. And just lightly dust this all over. Okay, now for the first piece in the Lion collection. This is the cheek shade in Pride Lion, and the gold that you see in the pan, that's an overspray. So you'll have a little bit of extra gold in your blush the first few times you use this blush, but it's not that noticeable, especially like, you know, once you start working the blush in. So I'm gonna grab the Chantecaille cheek brush. I'm trying to see if I can see that little bit of warmth that I saw in the swatch, if I can see it on my cheek. A little bit. Let me put some right here so you guys can see it. A little bit. Yeah, I feel like a deep bluish pink is going to read very raspberry with just that description. I just feel like this has a touch more warmth, just a little bit more warmth to it than that. I really do feel like the colors in this collection really evoke late summer. There's a certain like richness to all of them. This is so pretty. All right, in terms of highlighter, No new highlighter in this collection. I'm trying to think, do I need a highlighter? Do I want a highlighter? I think I'm okay because I did get a bit of that gold overspray in my blush. Can you see that beautiful sheen? Now, the cheek shades from Chantecaille, I think they look kind of matte in the pan, but when you get them on your cheeks, they have a really beautiful lit from within glow. So a very subtle kind of glow, very soft, light satin sort of finish to them. But this, where you see like a pretty high shine, that's gonna be the overspray. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm not gonna add any highlight because I think we're good. I'm gonna go straight to eyebrows. I've got this Chantecaille Waterproof Brow Definer in Light Taupe. Okay, eyebrows done. Let's check out these new luminescent eye shades. I'm so excited. So I want to start with the middle tone shade, which is Selenke. Let me look that up. Okay, the stress falls primarily on the first syllable. Okay, so Selenke. Oh, is this not like a dream Michele shade? So stunning. Okay, I'm gonna put this like all over my lid essentially. I'm gonna use the Eye Basic brush and glide this all over. I'm just gonna leave maybe the inner portion of my lid, just like right in the corner. I'll leave that bare so I can put the Narika shade, the light beige shade there. Oof, oof, that is beautiful. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, I love this shade. I want to try and describe to you the undertone in there because it's not very peachy, which I feel like I have a bunch of shades that are very similar in the same color family as this one, but they always end up having a little bit of a peachy tone underneath. This is quite different. This definitely has, I think it was described to have a rose, right? Am I making that up? Selenke. Yeah, rose shimmering sand. So it has a little bit of that coolness to it, that rosiness to it, but because of that taupe overcolor, all of a sudden you also see like a little bit of a lilac, just a little bit of like a hint, a whisper of a very light purpley color. This is so pretty. So gorgeous. It really is absolutely stunning. Let me go into Narika. Actually, I can't find another eye basic brush because these work really well with these luminescent eye shades. So I'm just gonna wash this off with my Sephora, what is this called? The Daily Brush Cleaner Spray. So handy. And gonna go into Narika. This is the one that's matte, but it's not flat or dry looking at all. And I'm just gonna focus this right in the inner corner here. I'm also gonna bring it up underneath my brow. Okay, gorgeous neutral shade. Now we've got Marty, this deeper shade. Now, because these are baked gel powder formula, I am always curious, you know, like what brushes are gonna work with it. So I'm gonna try this Lisa Eldridge brush with it. This is like her flat shader. It's synthetic haired, and the synthetic hairs that they've been coming out with have been working much better with these baked gel powder formulas where, you know, a few years ago, they were awful. You had to use like a natural haired brush, but it looks like these brushes are picking up the shadow quite nicely. Let's see how it blends. I'm just gonna add this to my lash line and to my outer corner there. Nice smoky addition. I really like this deep brown. It's got a little bit of that copper in there, but it doesn't come off too orangey. Can you see? It's actually very sooty. All right, those are the 3 luminescent eye shades. They're absolutely gorgeous, especially if you love neutrals as much as I do. But let's jump over to this Luster Glide eyeliner because I'm so curious how this garnet shade is going to work for me. This is such a pretty color because it's got that subtle metallic sheen. It's just gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna put this right on top of Marty. And I'm gonna tight line. What do we think? I don't think I look like I have an eye infection. Let me put it along my lower lash line. Let's just see. No, it's like the perfect tone. It's deep enough. And actually with all of these other colors, it almost looks like, it looks like a copper, almost. But you can tell that it's not. Ooh, let me see if I can smudge it out a little bit here. I'm gonna take this Nikki LaRose N12 brush. I really like this shade. I'm actually gonna brush the brush over the tip of this eyeliner and apply from there. Ooh, I love it. My eye does not look bothered at all. Ooh, I love it. Okay, let me apply to this side. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side with the brush. This will help you apply like a softer line of eyeliner, but sometimes it's easier to apply something from a brush than straight from the stick. So if you feel like you're always having issues, try a brush. All right, excuse me. I really like this garnet eyeliner. It's different, and I don't look like I have an eye infection. Hallelujah. How beautiful. Wow. Well, thank you, Chantecaille, for red eyeliner that actually looks good. Okay, let's move on to these lip veils. I am so excited, so excited. So let's start with, what did I just pick up? Candelabra. Wait, is that the darker one? I think that's the dark one. Yeah, let's start with Candelabra. So this is the deeper one. This is the one that's described as, let's see, rich blackberry. Okay, here is Candelabra. Blackberry is like the perfect description for this. And it's making all of my makeup look a little bit cooler in tone. Okay, there's Candelabra. Let me take this off and then we can try on the Rock Jasmine. Okay, Rock Jasmine. And this is described as a tawny cinnamon brown. So this is definitely the warm color of the two. If you prefer cooler tones, I would get the Candelabra. If you want something a little bit warmer, I would go with the Rock Jasmine. Oh, this formula. It's so good. It's so good. I love this color too. And I think it's a great match for my t-shirt, no? I didn't even think about my t-shirt. I was so focused on leaving my hair all crazy that the shirt is completely coincidental, but yeah, I think that totally works. Anyway, that is the Chantecaille, the Lion collection. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I will link, of course, to everything down below in my description box. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.